Well, we're back in the office of Dr. Sonia Spencer here on Pass Road in Gulfport. Good to see you. You have somebody you'd like to introduce here with us today.
I do. We have Dr. Stone. Dr. Stone has been with us now for a little bit over a year, and
All right.
we're so fortunate to have him. He came here from Rhode Island, and I want to tell you, we interviewed a lot of doctors before we decided on Dr. Stone, and we just loved him, and we thought he would really fit in great with our staff here. And one thing that I know for sure over this last year is he has given such excellent care to our patients. And he's a wonderful chiropractor. He's my personal chiropractor. He takes care of me every week. Y'all know I've talked about it here on Shop South before. I had a back injury 2 years ago where I broke my back in 5 places. And
I remember that.
yeah, and Dr. Stone has been a huge part of my recovery and helping me get back on my feet, so to speak, and get functional and be as healthy
Running
as
those
I am.
triathlons and cross-country skiing and all that.
Well, not quite, but feeling like I could.
Yeah.
Feeling like I could. So I'm going to turn it over to you and Dr. Stone, and he's going to tell you a little bit about one of his cases.
All right. Dr. Stone, nice to meet you finally.
Nice to meet
I've seen
you,
you
Jim.
here a few times. And being from Rhode Island, I'm sure that it's been quite of a shock of change coming down here to the environment down here, though.
It's something else for sure. Absolutely.
Well, as Dr. Spencer stated, you have one particular case that you have been working with for a while that you're particularly proud of and helping someone get some relief. And tell us about that, if you would.
Right. Well, there's been plenty of cases since I started, and they're all fun. Learn something with every one. One in particular that really struck me. A young lady came on in, and she was in rough shape when she first came. She had headaches, she had neck pain, she had lower back pain as well, and she just felt like she was at the end of the road as far as options, as far as what she could do to get herself out of that situation. So she said she had been taking pain medication, she had epidurals for her lower back.
Ooh, that's not good.
Right, and things had worked for a while, but at the same time, I think she kind of got used to everything, and well, after a while they just didn't provide her the relief anymore.
Well, it's like Dr. Spencer and I have spoken so many times about how so many people will have situations like that and pain in different areas of their body. They look for medications to end up to try to help them or cure them, but all it does is it masks the problem when they need to really come in here and see either one of y'all to get to the root of the problem and or the backbone of the problem, so to speak, to get some relief from that.
Right. And you could mask those problems for your whole life even. But until you get to the root cause and taking care of what's actually causing the problem, well, that's all you'll be doing is masking that problem. So this young lady, she actually, in fact, had to cut her hair short because she was just getting so much pain every morning when she went to fix her hair.
Wow.
During her initial visit, when we sat down and talked to her, she actually broke down in tears.
Oh.
So it really struck me, and played with my heartstrings a little bit.
Yeah.
And well, before long, it didn't take a whole long time before she started seeing some pretty good relief.
Right. Well, you get attached to your patients, I'm sure, to an extent, because they're putting their selves in your hands. It's almost like they're crying for help because they are at their wits' end. They've tried different things, they've tried medications and all that, but unless they get to where they can get the adjustments they need, whether, as we've seen so many times on the charts of different areas. You have to get to that point where you have to get the right care to alleviate those problems.
Absolutely. You need to know what you're looking for. For headaches, we'll look in a certain area. For lower back pain, we'll obviously look to the lower back. But everything is connected here. And we want to make sure that the whole body is working properly as a unit to make sure that you're feeling well, you're functioning well, and moving well also.
Well, that makes a truly big difference.
Absolutely.
I remember a year ago when I came in here after having my truck accident, and honestly, I'd never used Dr. Spencer before because I felt like I had was feeling pretty well and all that, but did some major damage to the side of my neck. And after about 6 weeks of her care, very good, right as rain, no problem whatsoever.
Right.
And because it can, over a period of time, if you don't get something done, what may start out here could eventually go, again, as she has shown so many times, down your arms, down your legs, into your back, because the it's like a domino effect, you know, from one
Absolutely.
thing to the other.
Right, and although your case was a big accident, I mean, anybody going through a truck accident would be in pretty severe pain. There are a lot of things that we tend to do every day that we don't necessarily think about that are affecting, well, how we feel in the long run. Things like typing, things like texting, all that.
Yeah, we talked about that here recently,
Oh, yeah.
as Dr. Spencer called it, the tech neck.
Exactly.
When you get that, because you're sitting here looking like this all day long.
Right, right. It's becoming more and more common, but just because it's common doesn't necessarily mean that it's normal.
Right, right. But and again, there's so many different things that, you know, you might not think you can get relief for, but until you come in and do a consult with you, you know, it doesn't hurt to come find out if there's something that simple.
That's right. You know, Jim, people are looking for natural ways to relieve their pain nowadays. They just don't want another pill. They don't want another surgery. And that's what we offer them here at Spencer Chiropractic. Natural pain relief without drugs or surgery, a better quality of life, you know, a better way to live without having to do all that stuff with all those nasty side effects. And that's what people are wanting now.
Pills, injections, and things like that.
Yeah. And, you know, that's fine for last resort, but we always say chiropractic first, drugs second, and surgery last.
Right.
And a lot of times by the time we've seen a patient, they've already had a surgery and they've never even tried chiropractic. And many times they've had multiple surgeries before they come in here. And so, you know, it's always good to try the most conservative thing first, you know.
Right.
And chiropractic, you know, is the most conservative thing you can try. And it's one of the safest forms of treatment that there is. It's safer than any over-the-counter medication you can take or any prescription drug.
Oh, yeah.
It's the safest form of treatment that there is.
It definitely is. I mean, like, again, you know, when I hurt my neck, I was afraid that I might end up having to get surgery or something like that, but I put myself in your hands and never did. Never had to deal with pain medications. I mean, I took some, you know, if I got sore or something like that, sure, I'd take some Tylenol or something like that to help out. But any of the heavy stuff, no, didn't have to worry about that.
But it was short term and you
It
didn't
was.
have to live on it.
No.
And so many people are taking medications, pain medications every single day thinking, well, I have to keep doing this as a way of life. But that can affect your kidneys, your liver, and other things.
Definitely. Dr. Stone, pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure.
Always a pleasure, Dr. Spencer, to see you.
Pleasure to see you
Anyway,
too.
if you'd like some more information, what you need to do is give them a call, set up an appointment, and they can, you know, any kind of issues that you're having with your neck, headaches, legs, or as we've talked in the past, hip or buttocks even. You can give them a call here at Dr. Sonia Spencer's office. They're located on Pass Road in Gulfport, right across from Pass Road Elementary.